Indoor cycling, Zwift, racing, parenting. We cover those and all of our hopes and dreams in between. Welcome to the Talk Dirty to Me podcast, an entertaining look into the lives of everyday people trying to achieve virtual cycling glory from our basements and garages from around the world. This podcast is rooted in Zwift and has evolved into found friendships, fitness, health, and a little sprinkle of humor. This may be one of the only podcasts where a little heavy breathing shouldn't scare you away, because we're riding our bikes while we're recording it.
All right, welcome everybody. We got two special guests today because we had a big event that just happened. So today we got Michael Truesdale, aka Truesdale Trues to us, and Jeremy Hodges, right? Welcome.
Morning.
So we obviously want to talk about the Half Ironman you guys did, but we should probably let people know who you are first. So who wants to go first?
Go ahead, Jeremy.
Hang on. We'll go based on finishing time.
That's Jeremy.
All right, Jeremy, you're up.
Oh, God.
Liar.
I'm Jeremy. I'm not an actual dirt. I don't have kids. But I'm most State, South Carolina, if you can't tell.
Okay.
I got into cycling
what was the
because of a
injury?
running injury.
Just
Knee injury. I had my knee scoped and decided
Where
to
are you from?
Didn't pound me so much.
all right.
Greenwood, South Carolina.
You said you have no
about
kids?
an hour south of Greenville.
I did not know that.
Nope.
We're calling you out on the
Just don't.
podcast right
Some
now.
of us know.
I don't think anybody does.
Some of us know, but
Now
that
all
happened.
10 listeners know.
Yeah, all
Right?
10.
I'm scared to get kicked out. Yeah. Funny story. Like we were at dinner the first night, and Craig goes, "You don't have kids? Why are you here?"
They're going to start a
Like,
petition
he
to
saved
remove
me. He's
you
like,
from
"Well, you don't
Aquaman
have
2.
kids to be in dirt. It's just a game." I know.
That counts.
It's kind of sad.
You're
We're
dad in
like in the
training.
process of having kids. That counts. I've learned a lot about like
It's all true.
throw up and having to get off the bike and all that stuff. So it's good.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd
And
say
I
that's
cleaned
probably
up
worse
dogfish
than
this morning,
cleaning a
so
diaper
It's okay.
yep.
or disposing of a diaper.
Oh yeah. But yeah. Because I stepped in it. I was
So how long have you been with dirt?
trying to get some coffee. It was terrible. I think I started my first TTT was January
Okay.
9th, 2020. So I was like kind of the second group of OGs.
Can
I
we
might have been
confirm
the
Rick?
first beat.
That may be true.
And
I'm not sure though. Yeah.
because my first ride was with
Think.
Sully, Greg, Coleman, and Lawrence. And all I
Oh,
remember was
yeah.
being yelled at by Sully the whole
I
time.
think
Wasn't
that's a common
Joe-
theme
Heard a lot of
between
that.
both of our
Just
guests.
slow down.
I know that Joe Gehring was in before you, but he was a
And
C,
I think
he was a C when he joined, and I don't know when he promoted to B. He promoted pretty fast.
yes, Joe was in there too. Yeah, Joe was definitely in that ride too. I think I joined there because I did a race or something, and I got like called out by Sebastian for being in a C race when I was a B, and then I joined some XLR rides, and then somehow got on the
Yeah.
server and got directed towards Sully.
And then
So
you get yelled at
it
every
kinda
week.
went uphill from
We say
there.
yell. Strong
Oh, yeah.
encouragement.
And then we finally started two, and then we started to eat dirt,
Yeah.
and then all the eight. Then all the
Well,
eights
I've
came,
raced
and it
against
just-
you
it's gotten crazy
recently
now.
in the ZRL. And Jeremy's always down to mix up the front of the pack for sure. You might have gotten disqualified the last time too, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Got
Yeah.
your promotion, though.
Upgraded like with a third of the field.
The a-hole. The a-hole.
I'm in a place you never want to be.
That's what we call it.
The a-hole.
Well,
It's
Truesdale.
definitely the anal.
That's not true.
I mean, I
All right,
never even
Truesdale,
won D
give us
races.
your rundown.
All right. So Michael Truesdale from Virginia Beach, Virginia. So I joined Dirt like I think April of 2020. So I'd just been working from home and saw Sully's Facebook post about TTT, and I was like, what the heck? I'll try it out. So I came on and rode with actually Greg for my first time.
Yeah.
And for my first ever ride, Greg definitely tried to kill me. Coming in brand new as a C.
It was suggested
And he
to
tries
me.
to put me at 2-minute pulls right off the bat.
2-minute pulls?
And yeah.
I don't know about that.
Nice.
Finally, we can fact check that one. Sully then called him out and reduced it to 1 minute, I think. And
So
then after that ride, and I think a Datter Day, I promoted up to B. And
Sully had already stalked you, and he was like, this guy's stronger than his rank appears to place him. And I said, okay. Loud and clear, boss.
Make him work.
Yeah.
And of course, yeah. Yeah, and then I think you promoted to be the first race, didn't you?
yeah, I think I did the TTT and then promoted like that next Datter Day.
Yeah.
And then I was in B.
Saturday has a way of promoting people.
Yeah.
Just
I was just starting
hanging
to have
on.
fun on Datter Day too.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, it does.
that's all she wrote.
Funny story, I asked Kylie, his wife, what she calls him, because we all call him Truesdale. I was like, you said you call him Michael
What'd she say?
or Truesdale?
This is Mike.
Like, I had trouble calling him Michael. She said
Should
Michael.
call you by your middle name too?
I call him
Like when you're in
Mike,
trouble?
No.
Michael.
I get that all the time. Michael James.
Interesting.
Most
So much so that my daughter actually said it to me the other day.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like, oh, maybe daddy needs to watch his behavior.
most friends call me Truesdale that know me. So
Imagine if in Eat Dirt
Well, that's
we called all the Michaels by their first name.
actually,
There's too many of us.
I can't really think off the top of my head of a Michael that we called by his first name. In Eat Dirt.
MTS, technically.
MTS.
But he goes by
Yeah.
MTS.
Goes up by MTS. Michael.
Yeah, I
MTS
don't
doesn't
think we
tell
call
you,
him.
we
roll
were
off the tongue
throwing
during
off
a
the-
TTT.
we
Mike-
were
Mike
throwing off all
McCandless.
the wives at the trip.
Michael Canvas. Yeah. Okay, so there's a few.
All
You're
the
throwing off all
wives
the
of the
wives?
trip were getting confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we kept calling Kelsey Kelso.
Yeah.
They're like, so what is your name? Is it Kelsey? Is it Kelso? Like, what's going on?
His wife's like, are you leading a second life? What's going on here?
So first they're virtual
Yes, honey.
friends. Now they call you something different.
It's excellent.
Well, so Sunday, correct? My days are a little weary right now. Sunday, there was a half Ironman in a place called Chattanooga, right? And these two took part and did pretty well, I would say. Better than I could do, I can tell you that with confidence. So why don't you guys tell us a little bit about the course, what it is, because I've never really looked into Ironman because, well, first of all, I'm not crazy. Second of all, I don't run. So maybe. Go ahead, tell us about what it is, though.
It's a river swim. Most half irons are 1.2, and I guess they had a 1.4 just because it's all downriver. It's the only place they can get us in, I guess, too. 56-mile bike.
Yeah, a lot of activity
half marathon.
and lots of gels, though, you said?
Lots of
Junk.
activity,
Oh,
lots of
junk.
junk.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Junk. Your bike, all
All
the
the
so-
crap that's thrown in my
shoes.
hallway right now, not unpacked at all.
Yeah, for those watching, not listening, you can see his tri-bike behind him. on the stand for a little ambiance. It is a good looking bike.
I think it's so
But
sweet.
Half Ironman Chatty,
Yeah.
though, that's a Ironman sponsored event, right? 'Cause I know. Yeah.
Yeah, and it might be one of their most popular. I think because of number one, the river swim. The city does a pretty good job with it. The bike's fair,
Yeah.
and the run's relatively flat, but it can be really hot. So it can be a super fast course. And I think it was also the North American Championships this year, I guess, for the pros. So that's
was it like 1,700 people or something? Does that sound right?
4,400 were signed up,
Really?
and 20,
3,000.
I think, a little under 2,800 finished.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dang.
That's not a lot of finishers compared to those who signed up.
Yeah, really.
I think the start was 3,100.
That's still quite a few
had like
people, I
maybe
think.
300 DNS.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah, I mean, it got congested.
go ahead, Greg. You probably have a better
I was just
question.
going to ask. Jeremy said the bike is pretty fair, but is it? That's mostly flat. I mean, there's not a whole bunch of elevation, or at least there's no big pitchy stuff.
Not really. There's one like small, like 1 minute climb, and then maybe like an 8 minute climb
Yeah,
with 3 miles at like 2%. But other than that, it's just rolling.
not completely
And some
flat,
good
definitely
flat
rolling,
sections on good
but no
roads.
like huge climbs.
Yeah.
Do you have to contend with traffic too, or do they shut the road
The
down?
pros did it in 2 hours.
There's traffic on the roads, but they have police at the intersections to stop it.
Yeah.
But like coming back into town, I definitely had to dodge like an 18-wheeler and like some cars and stuff. So,
You didn't just take it head on. It just
well, it was in our lane, so I had to try to go around it because it was going slower than we were.
Yeah.
So,
It's that get the draft effect, right?
yeah.
So, having trained on your bikes, you guys would not recommend getting a brand new bike and trying to ride it for the 56 miles.
No, I think they always say don't try anything new on race day.
Yeah. Just to clarify, we might know someone who did that.
God, know anyone who do that?
We might.
That
But I
seems like
mean,
a fool's errand.
Any new bike is good.
Friend of the show, always busy. You guys might know him.
I mean, the best part of the story is
That
he went
escalated
from
quickly.
a flat tire to a new bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, guys, I can't keep air in my
That's
back
the
tire. I
best
got to
new
go
bike
to the
story I've ever
mechanic
heard.
today. So he's like, I can't come to lunch or anything. And then we get the picture. Kind of did something in the brand new bike.
What kind of bike was it?
So he bought it in Chattanooga?
Like day
Like
up, right?
literally like a half day before the
before.
race.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What kind of bike was it?
Oh my gosh.
In the Expo.
It's a
Quintana
Quintana Roo.
Roo. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
A really nice
It's a
bike.
Quintana Roo, but I don't know which model.
And his wife was present for the purchase, so she knew about it, right?
Oh, yeah.
No, she did not come. She didn't
She
make
wasn't
it because
there.
her sister was going to be induced.
That's why I was glad that,
Gotcha.
like, seeing Tex last night.
Right.
Yeah.
He's still alive. He made it.
Good news, he did
He
not
made
get
it
murdered.
through the race and the aftermath. Oh boy.
So,
That's
how did
excellent.
you guys get involved in triathlon and stuff then? And Jeremy, you said you had a knee operation. Were you like a runner before? Or?
Yeah, I started running, like, in college to lose weight. And
Dang.
I did a lot of running, 30, 40 miles a week. And had this knee issue, so I bought a bike. And then I had a friend who was in triathlon, so I started that. And it's like crack cocaine. Like, once you start, you can't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And most people don't get in it because they hate swimming, which I'm one of those people. The swimming is basically just to get to the bike and don't drown. For me. Because I'm not sure if my life
Not
insurance
a
costs
natural
will
cause of death, no? Death by triathlon?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You signed the
I don't
waiver.
know. You put yourself through this, so it doesn't count.
The trick is to get your life insurance policy in place.
Exactly. And that's kind of how I got into it. I probably like cycling now more than anything.
They're the fact, right?
Yeah.
Cruz, what about you? How did you get started in tri?
Exactly.
Yeah, so it was after actually after my Surf and Santa 5 miler a few years ago, which is actually like a bar crawl run we
This is,
do.
I think we had an Eat Dirt Discord takeover last year.
Yeah, we did.
So it was after that race, a buddy of mine just made the comment, just offhand, saying that he'd always wanted to do a half Ironman before he turned 50. And my immediate answer was like, let's do it. And I don't know if he remembered it that night, but the next morning, I sent him a bunch of races, and I started looking for bikes and I signed up for a gym to swim, and it was kind of on from there. So I started that in 2019 to do my first one. Had never biked, never swam, was pretty much Justin Runner before that. So
Interesting.
It is.
What is your favorite?
And I'll say
your favorite section now, then. Your favorite split?
I mean, I think biking is definitely my favorite because you can actually cover more ground. You know, you go out for a bike ride, you actually go somewhere.
Yeah.
When I run, I just do like the same loops around my house every day, so it gets boring.
I'll say, as far as someone who is committed to training, I'd say Truesdale is probably the person I know that is most committed to his training plan.
Yeah, for sure.
I've said it before, I think, but like I've tried to convince him to race and like goaded him into stuff. He's always steadfast.
Yep. Now I got my
I
my run, then I got my swim today.
I got a break tomorrow. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's true.
For it, man. He's gotta stay with it.
Yeah, that just started this year. This is my first year getting like a
real coach.
Paying anything for a plan. I wouldn't say I'm really coached. It's like a bulk load of workouts, so not like one-on-one custom coaching. This was my first year ever doing anything like that. Before that, I always kind of just found a plan online or created my own.
Do you think it helped?
It made me swim more.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
He's using a new bike and custom coaching.
Oh my gosh.
He's zero to hero.
We really didn't hear much about Kelsey's training. He kind of
Kelsey didn't do much training.
Yeah.
I think he swam like twice before the race.
We asked him, we caught up with him on the podcast. We're like, you know, how's the running? He's like, I think I've ran like 5 miles. So yeah, good.
He was asking us, like, how far do I need to run to make sure I can get through this? And we're all giving him, like, arbitrary.
Like at least 50%. Yeah.
Well, everyone's in taper, and Kelsey goes out like
8 to 10,
week of and does like a 40 or 50 mile bike ride and a run. His response was, "We can't really taper when you haven't trained, so I'm just going to keep training." We're starting.
He's not wrong.
That is not wrong. That is correct.
True.
that's fine.
So this is what number half for you guys? Like you've done some before, correct?
This was actually my second time completing a half, like a full one. Because that first one I did in 2019, you know, I spent like the whole year training and all that, and that swim was canceled. So only got to do the bike and the run. So this was my second half, and my second half racing with Jeremy too. So
That's awesome.
And where was the first one?
The first last year,
completed.
Right?
The first full one was in Lake Logan down in south of Asheville, North Carolina.
Okay. And I guess the natural question is, are you progressing on to the full Ironman? That's what everybody asks, right?
I'm trying to talk Jeremy into doing Ironman Maryland with me this year.
Yeah, they've been on.
What's it going to be, Jeremy?
I was gonna
Your
say.
answer. Let's put him on the spot.
When is the event?
I don't know.
September 17th, I
Oh,
think.
plenty of time. Come on, Jeremy.
He just doesn't like to swim.
It's definitely plenty of time.
Is that the one, True, as you were saying, or is it in
That's correct.
salt water? So it's
Yeah,
a little more buoyant.
it is. Last year, they let it be wetsuit legal because there's too many jellyfish
Ooh, that's a fun
stinging
little
everyone.
obstacle.
So there's that.
That's awesome.
Hey guys,
Salt
here's
water
a
and
2-mile swim. Oh,
There's
dodge
that.
the jellyfish.
This year is chainmail legal for the sharks. But it's going to be great, Jeremy. You should sign right up. Shoot, I might even sign up. Who knows?
I think
Not
Blake's
true.
on him hard for Chattanooga too. So
If you
That's
sign
like
up,
the
I'll
next
sign up,
weekend.
Doc.
That's funny.
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
Yeah.
Double up.
Back to back.
just do both.
You can do it.
Huh.
Or
That's what I
sanity,
did.
or
Probably not good for my health.
I mean, Kelsey's
It's
already
type
talking
2
about
good.
a full.
Oh my
So
bank account. Yeah, I think Kelsey's gonna do a full before.
again,
You gotta
he
give it to
left
him
with a
for
bike, a training plan, and
enthusiasm.
talking about doing a full
like-
already. That's what he sent to the coach. He said, "So
A bike.
how soon can I do a full?" So
The coach say, "Well, what are you doing tomorrow?"
he said 4 months, I think, of training, and he'll get him ready for a full. So
That's awesome. I mean, you gotta, like God was saying, you gotta give the guy credit for the commitment. How many people with that schedule, meanwhile renovating your own house, moving,
2 houses.
starting a new job, would have just been like, nah, it's too much. Kelsey
Don't
was
forget
like,
the recent
nope.
baby.
Yeah, stick with it.
yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think I would have done
definitely. A lot of people
Chattanooga if
back
I
out
had
and stuff.
done what he had done.
Yeah,
What, bought a new bike?
Pretty much everything he did.
Yeah, all that.
Advice for those who may want to do it: take heed.
yeah. It's actually that's
Kelso, not an ideal plan, but he did it.
and it
He
worked.
finished.
Yeah.
He finished.
Yeah, man.
But it worked.
What, like,
He finished. There's a lot
if
harder
somebody's
when
just
you
getting
finish
started
than
out, like, where's a
doing
good place
that.
for them to start triathlon though? Yeah,
I would say like a local
Yeah,
spring
and
or something.
I'd recommend probably
We got like 100
see if you can
people
find
there.
with a pool swim to start.
yep.
Yeah.
And the first thing, I didn't do it, but I would definitely recommend it, is
Yeah.
find some type of swim coaching if you don't have a swimming background.
Yeah.
You can save yourself a lot of frustration and time doing that.
I feel like that, at least in
Fine.
the Discord discussion about triathlon, that's always the biggest barrier to entry.
Yeah.
So many people are intimidated by the swim. So, yeah. Unless you're Tiago.
You just need to talk to Tiago.
You're in a big enough place, Drew. You could probably find a master's group
Yeah.
for swimming.
That's it.
Go swim with Sterning. It's fast.
So that one of your fellow finishers, Craig, who could not make it today because he said he was going to be showering, which I told him that's fine. I mean, Steve will watch if you do.
Perfectly fine. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
We
the
had a
love
long
triangle.
discussion about him and Steve.
I think
he is Steve's idol for whatever reason.
Steve
Steve's living vicariously through him. through him, I guess.
appreciates a fellow athlete. Let's say that.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially one who
That's fair.
can beat him in every way,
Yeah, really.
which is, I guess, commendable.
Yeah,
You
Craig
know,
killed
rather
it.
than being jealous or whatever. He appreciates it.
Absolutely. Why not?
That's Steve. But yeah, Craig killed it.
Yeah.
He,
Yeah.
which I think we all anticipated he was going to do well,
He did.
just based on his marathon time, right?
Yep.
How did he do a half marathon?
Full, yeah.
Yeah,
Boston
Yeah, yeah.
qualifier.
Mhm.
So,
Beautiful.
and we all knew how strong on the bike he was. And apparently he can swim too. So, what don't you have, Craig? Yeah. So
he's got it all, man.
but he was saying that he's going to be doing a race with Sterney. That's a tethered race. Did you guys hear about this?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
It's a swim. It's a
We didn't know
tethered
it was
swim
tethered. I
run.
knew
up in
it's tethered.
Chattanooga.
Yeah. So they have, what is it, like 3 meter tether?
Yeah,
And
I
they,
saw that.
body length plus a little bit more.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
so they're going to be tied together for the duration, which I think is hilarious, but
Yes.
it's like a child leash.
You just don't want to be the one that's the anchor on the swim or the run.
Yeah, I was
Tracking
going
the
to
other
say.
person down.
Yep.
Or on the swim, you could be towed.
Yeah. Craig was already joking about that. He's like, it just needs to be long enough I can swim behind Sterney,
Well, that's in,
be in his
I
draft.
was going to say that apparently is a very overlooked part of swimming. Just like biking, you can get into somebody's swim draft, and apparently it makes a huge
Yeah, man.
difference. So could be.
The only
could be beneficial.
problem is you get kicked in the face.
Yeah,
Nah, you want to be just off center anyway.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep. That's bad.
All these little
Don't swim.
things that I don't even know.
We're learning so much about me today, too. I don't swim. I don't run. I barely bike. So
Yeah. Drew, you were
So
talking
we
about
need
it, weren't
YouTube
you,
to
for a
try.
while, thinking about
It's
it?
been on my bucket list for a long time. There's one up in Lake George, upstate New York, over Labor Day weekend that I kind of have my eye on. Ironically enough, actually, Tiago has said that he might come down for it, so
I think
it'll
he.
be kind of fun.
what's
And so buy
I
a
think
new
you just
bike.
need to go all
That was
in
when
and
I
make
started.
less.
I was like, oh,
Why not?
right. I was like,
Why
late
not?
placid.
That's
Like,
what
that
a
would
lot
be
of
a
people do.
great
They-
one. It's so
They
much
go
fun.
straight to the full.
It's- I think, what did I read? Some statistic where like more people have died or fainted on that course just because of how hilly it is, because it's up in the mountains. But it's a crazy course. But they used to do a half Ironman for like 5 years. And then they did away with it. And I was like, yeah, I'm not ready for a full.
Yeah, let's keep talking about people dying on course. That'll be a good way to
Yeah.
convince the wife.
Excellent. More of that.
So the distances, though, there's like a sprint, an Olympic. What else?
Half
Half and
and then full.
Half and full.
Yeah.
All right. So when my kids
Sprint
are in
is
school
real
full
short.
time, I would consider doing either a sprint or an Olympic.
So here's
I
the
don't think
thing.
I'm going to
What's
go
the
straight to
Olympic?
half.
I was going to say the sprint, I'm pretty sure most people who are at least a B, I would say in Zwift, could probably complete a sprint if you have some experience swimming.
Yeah.
You know, and
Okay.
you could probably float your way to a finish in a swim for a sprint. Because what is it, like
Go on.
500, no, what is it? Half mile swim, something like that for a sprint, or not even?
Yeah, it can vary. I mean, it can be as short as like 600 meters.
Oh, that sounds perfect. Yeah.
Gosh, I mean,
Right.
yeah, I've seen some that are like 300-meter pool slams. I mean, you can walk in the pool if you need to.
That sounds wonderful. That sounds right up my alley.
The sprint then, like a 12-mile bike ride and then a 5K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's too
Yeah.
fast.
that's
I could do that.
I had a colleague a few jobs ago who was, I don't know, he was in his 50s and he got really into sprint tri in his 50s. It's funny because his kids are all grown and gone, and so he's spending like huge bucks on disc wheels and stuff for a
for 12 miles.
12-mile bike ride. And we're like, yeah, I mean, I guess you can do that.
Is it really necessary?
Yeah.
It'll save him like 5
that
seconds.
was
That's
over
an
that bike
expensive
ride.
5 seconds, though.
That was
That's
Tiago's point, right? Was that the Olympic distance is like the
Yes, it is.
perfect distance for like amateurs and people who are kind of recreational triathletes. Like, you don't have to commit all the time to the training that you would for a half or a full. It's long enough that you feel like you did something versus a sprint, and it's fun.
What's the Olympic distance?
A little less
Y'all
than a
know.
mile swim, I think.
Yeah, and then it's just yep. Then it's
I mean,
just double,
some are up to 1,500
double the
meters,
bike, double the run.
So,
Yeah, the swim is close
Which
to
is
a half,
almost a
and
half.
then yeah, the bike is definitely longer.
and
24
24
miles.
mile 10K.
Yep.
Yep. In an Olympic, usually the swim is like the biggest portion
Yeah.
compared to the
Oh,
other
interesting.
distances than the other four.
Yeah, it doesn't get reduced as much as the others.
If you think about it. Well, I know it.
No, the Olympic
Trying to think
is,
of how long that would take me. Like if I can ride 24 miles in
right.
an hour 40, maybe pretty easily.
You can do it in an
Yeah,
hour or
fast.
less.
Yeah.
If that's,
Hour
if that's
40.
what you were doing,
Hour 20, hour 15.
kill it.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
okay,
you're active, dude.
there's a
Don't
lot
be
of hills
fast.
around me. I'm just trying to think of like my route that I do that is 25 miles. Yeah, I guess I'm not really pushing it, but
Yeah, I would say like an hour and a half
And then-
tops.
I have run a 10K before, and that was in like
Oh, so you
Fifth.
do run.
50 something. I didn't say I do run. I said I did run.
Yeah.
No, you
past
said
tense.
I don't run.
That's correct. That's also true.
I sound
No, there
like
was a
man
while
who
there I
has
did.
never run.
I was running and riding like early on when I started Eat Dirt, or when I joined, not when I started. I didn't start it. But yeah,
Yeah, I saw
the running did stick.
you have a Zwift running profile.
I do.
You're like level 10.
I'm level 10.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got all
dang.
those cool shorts.
You got a headband.
I got a headband. I got a
A
hat.
couple headbands.
A couple hats. Greg's jealous.
Just
Running only hats, Greg.
Right. I need to get into. Okay, all right, it's fine. I joined a gym.
pair
I
it
hate
with your,
running now, but I'll get on a treadmill.
Pair it with your Garmin and
I'll
go
unlock
out for a
some
walk.
hats.
You can have Zwift open while you're outside.
I will say I did do that once. I put my I had a foot pod.
Yep.
And I paired it with my phone, had my phone running Zwift while I was running outside.
The only way that I'd be able to do it,
And then
I don't have a treadmill.
I questioned my life choices. I was like, what am I doing?
Outside and Zwifting.
I'm running virtually, but not. Why am I doing this?
You're unlocking hats, Dodd.
That's
All
100%
about
what
the
I was
cap.
doing. I was like, I need these
Yeah.
socks.
It's a long game.
Yep. No, that's
It's not about the exercise.
Yeah, who cares about that?
that's the secondary part. Come on.
I don't even consider on the bike exercise anymore. I'm just like, all right, what am I doing today?
Triathlon is fun. I think the biggest thing that I've always kind of been intrigued by triathlon is, middle of this winter, I think I talked about it with you guys, Greg and Dodd, about like, I got bored of riding the trainer every day. I was just like,
Yeah.
same thing every day. And like you lift and you do other things, but there's something about okay, today I have to train the swim. Today I have to train the run. Today I have to train the bike. It just kind of keeps revolving, Something about that has always intrigued me.
One of the good things is
Right.
you're,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always something
like,
to
say you
train.
can't run, you can still do the other two.
I'm afraid if Drew does a lake swim to begin with, he's going to see the lake and like pop out a camping chair and crack open a beer just out of like Pavlovian response.
Like,
Yeah.
I could swim or I could relax. Why,
The lake is
why would I
Drew's
swim?
happy place where he goes to rekindle his sea-ness.
I think you mean where he goes back to become a seaman.
A seaman, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Greg.
Oh, crap.
No, Sully and I we're on our way back down. Actually, I think Sully's already there. He's a C, almost B.
Yeah, he's a C, like I'm a C.
I think I'm coming down. I haven't done TGT in a while, so I'll be a C soon, I think, probably.
Nah, we just need one hill. You're riding this week, aren't you?
No, I didn't sign
No.
up this week.
Nope. Out on the roster.
Nah, he dodged it.
Let's say.
I think Craig's
Blake was the
on
only
the team.
Blake was the only crazy one enough to
Yeah.
sign up.
Craig's leading
He's
us.
riding with A's, too.
Have fun.
No, I think Craig's an
Oh,
intro.
did he get
Yeah.
that down?
I think you're right.
Maybe.
I give it one hill with Truesdale
Oh, no.
and a team.
I'm
He'll be
wrong.
back to
That's right.
Strong
you guys
B.
have Jesse this week, right, on Ocho?
Yeah, Jesse and Farron.
I have so much FOMO right now. You have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm on nights right now, or starting tonight. So I'm going to miss out on TTT with my friends, but I'll be riding with the DTC crew later in the day.
Time chasers.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Steve Harmon, who had joined us for a couple of TTTs once or twice, like when he's on vacation stuff. I messaged him. I was like, hey, you guys got a spot for a B? And they're like, always join.
That's awesome.
Which crew are you riding with? You know?
They should tell me today, I think. Hang on, let me see if they posted it. White noise. No, it looks like they haven't made teams yet. They kind of divvy them up like we do.
Sounds
Usually
a bit
I was with
disorganized.
the Megas. Theirs is pretty well organized.
No, I know, I'm teasing.
They run two, because they run PL and they run Zone 15.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
I got to get my jabs in because PTC has been feeling frappe lately.
yeah. And usually I was riding with the Megas. But I was mostly a C back then. I think I rode, what was it, Christmas with the Megas as a B? Maybe. I don't remember. It was
We're
the
a B by then.
Bologna one. Was that Christmas or
That was
Bologna? Bologna?
Oscar
Meyer.
Yeah,
I don't think that was Christmas. I think that was. Oh, maybe it was. It was Christmas
Thanksgiving?
Yeah,
I think it was Christmas.
Yeah,
like
I think
Eve
you're
or
right.
something.
Because New Year's Eve was the Road to Sky, right? Yeah. So it was Christmas. So I rode Christmas with them.
All right.
That's the last time I rode with them.
Nice.
You need to make sure you join our New Year's challenge for TTT.
For this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully. I think I'll be working, but I might be able to do it early in the
should-
morning. I'll drink an NA
actually
beer.
be here again. Should be here again this year.
You
What, was that
shotgun
like
it
doing
at the
a beer
top.
every turn on the Alp or something?
Shotgun at the top. Or two.
Okay.
And whoever loses gets to be the sheriff, right?
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
Loserville.
Yep.
That was the stakes. I think this time.
Well, yeah, the first time it was loser at the shotgun, and then we all ended up shotgunning like 2 beers.
And, if you're shotgunning a beer, I guess I'll shotgun a beer.
When in Rome, right?
Kelsey was in a dry county, and he couldn't find a beer for a while, so he had to drive
No reason not to.
Yeah.
to someone's house and get
He had
one.
to scare up a seltzer in his grandma's fridge.
Why did his grandma have a seltzer?
I don't know.
White Claw or no law, right?
Maybe
awful.
he had it and had forgotten it there. I don't know.
Maybe.
There was all alcoholic drink in the house.
He got Smirnoffed.
I mean, he drank it, so hats off.
Yeah. Whew.
Also, just because I'm thinking about Kelso with his bike, you also bought a bike last triathlon you did, right? Truth?
Yeah, so it
Not
was
not at the event, but it was because of triathlon, right?
yeah. So after Lake Logan, out there with Jeremy, and we were looking at bikes, talking about bikes. As we were walking back to the car, my wife says, "Well, why don't you have a nice bike like everyone else here?" And I said, "Okay."
Yep.
So
Say no more.
I green lighted the way to a tri bike because I just had a road bike with clip-on aero bars.
It's not.
Was there
I like that your wife
Going to these races
Your wife
puts you in
observed,
huge
your bike's
FOMO.
busted compared to everybody else's.
Yeah.
I
It
can't
took him
pull the
like 2
trigger like
months to
Kelsey
buy it.
and
I'm
just
like, what are
see
you
a bike and say
waiting
that's the one.
well,
Hours before the
I mean,
race
you
for?
wanna-
He just walks up and like, how much
you
you
want
want
to
for
do your
that?
research, right? I mean, you want to get the best you can for what you got. You can't just pull the trigger willy-nilly. I mean, you can. That is an approach.
It's not. Does the tri bike really make a big difference though?
Yeah, it does. I mean, I'd
does.
say when I first got
Yeah.
mine, so without even kind of being used to it, like first 1 or 2 rides out, I mean, you're easily 1.5 to 2 miles per hour faster. Wow. Down an arrow.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if it's a super hilly course, it might not. But for most rolling to flat, you're going to go a lot faster.
Right.
Especially
You guys have the rocket helmets too, like the Rocketeer. Yeah.
Oh, we got space helmets,
Nice.
baby.
He almost did a
That's the
brand
next
new
thing
helmet for the
Kelsey
race,
needs,
but
space
he
helmet.
at least decided not to do that brand new.
I would think a brand new helmet would be less of a test of will than a brand new bike, though.
Yeah.
Like, if you're already going all in on a brand new bike, you might as well get a brand new helmet, right?
Yeah.
Maximize the uncomfort.
It'll take your mind off the uncomfort. Or as Kelsey said,
Yeah.
his first time on a split saddle was during the race, and he said, that
my
saddle
gosh.
was just like digging in there. Like, we were dying laughing. He's like, what's the point of this thing? Just to see how many things can poke into you?
Could he not swap his old saddle? I mean, was the seat post that different?
Yeah, no,
So
he went
funny.
with the saddle on the bike. Never sat on it
Probably
before.
was.
That's funny.
That means, well, yeah.
For him.
All that means is that the saddle needed to be adjusted
Yeah.
significantly.
Or his taint needed to be smashed. One of the two.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or you need to use more nut butter.
Yeah, but like, all right. Public service announcement, Kelso. You're not supposed to feel the two prongs of the nose digging into you.
I thought there was one for each of the boys. You know, like one for this boy, one for that boy. So it just
Negative.
holds them and pushes them ever so gently forward.
No.
For those who aren't watching, you're missing out on emotion. You're going to want to see.
The visualization.
Yeah.
Emotion the rest of us cannot unsee.
Unsee, that's correct. Oh, man.
That's funny. So what was, I don't think we actually asked, what was your guys' time final?
Jeremy?
All right. I was, what was it, 450. My goal was 5 hours. And I think we spent the 2 days prior worried about the weather, the water temp, everything under the sun. And it ended up being like a perfect day. Other than, it got a little hot on the run. But it was supposed to storm all day and it never actually did any raining.
Yeah, and I was
good.
5:13. Had the same goal as Jeremy, but things just didn't seem to go my way that day.
Let's talk
Well,
about that crash.
Yeah.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
let's talk about
Truesdale,
why they didn't go
who
your way.
wrecked.
Someone
So, I mean,
kept you from
So we did a,
that.
This is a safe space, and you may or may not have looked up that person's name by their bib number.
Well, yeah, I mean, it all started at first. I go to mount my bike, and I don't know what happened, but I kick my chain off. So I go to start, my chain's off. It's like, great.
oh no.
I stop, put the chain back on. Then there's a railroad crossing at like mile 4 or 5, and go over that, and both my rear bottles just eject out of my bike. So I had to stop, get those from volunteers to keep
Oh,
going,
man.
because with 50 miles left, I didn't want to have no nutrition.
Yeah, sure.
And then
Yeah.
at the first aid station, went to go grab a water bottle, missed the first one, and then as I'm grabbing the second, as I grab the bottle, I look up, and someone has stopped, dead stop in front of me. So
Which is, that's generally frowned upon, right? Like, you want to keep riding through the aid station. Yeah.
no brakes in traffic.
No brakes.
No brakes. And
yeah,
I see
Jeremy got
this
to
whole
watch the whole
happen.
thing.
I'm like,
So I swerve around the guy.
I had gotten closer to him about mile 14, and
Oh,
the aid station was like 15, and he misses the first bottle. And
Yeah,
he goes
flip off
tumbling.
the
You can
bike.
see it slowly. Like, oh
We
crap!
did.
And to
He
be
said, you
fair,
good? I
stopped
said,
next
yeah.
to him.
He said, all right, see ya.
I did. And when he said he was good, I was like, see ya. I love you. He was standing up. You didn't see no blood.
I'd say,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
things
yeah.
considered,
I'm
you came out pretty okay, right?
Oh, yeah, I got extremely lucky.
Very,
I got-
very lucky, really. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Did you say
I just happy
anything
he didn't get
to the individual?
no, I mean, I was just out, like almost out of it, like, trying to figure out what happened.
Yeah.
I stand up,
You put yourself back together and go.
Volunteer brings me my bike as I stand up. They're asking if I need medical. I'm like, no. They hand me my bike. We check my tires real quick. I make sure my pedals still turn. I give like a once over and then hop back on. The guy's like, well, do you want your water bottle? I was like, sure. Grab the water bottle and shove it in the bike and head off.
Yes, I do.
But like we said on the pre-show, we think he did more damage to the asphalt. And the asphalt did to him. Because he went shoulder first.
That asphalt's now gravel. So for anybody looking out, make sure you...
Oh, yeah. Definitely. There's like a crater.
Jeremy commented, he's like, what'd you say? Like, Earl with DOT is going to have to fill that thing now. Georgia.
Yeah, the Georgia DOT, you can imagine complaining about that thing.
Yeah, thankfully the bike is okay. I had one small scuff on my handlebar and a small scuff on my pedals, and that was it. So I was shocked by that.
We did discuss after the race. I mean, his handlebar is scuffed up. So doesn't that mean new bike?
Well, if it's an integrated handlebar headset situation, I think you have to.
That's it.
I mean, I'm sure it's going to at least cost him at least 1 watt.
Wind resistance right there.
New bike.
Yeah, it's dangerous to sand that scuff off. So
yeah, it could be the most expensive 1 watt you'll ever gain.
That's the aerodynamic oversized pulley wheel.
What about the skin suit thing? You know, like not like a Buffalo Bill skin suit. I'm not saying you should go out.
I honestly didn't go there until you said it, but okay.
It's where it's immediately where my mind went. I don't know why.
That's a different expense.
Yeah.
No, like I hop on the bike and I'm going and I'm spraying my arm off with the water bottle to get some of the blood off. Kind of spray my legs because I had a little scuff on my leg. And what's funny is I'm sitting there pedaling. I'm like, I don't know if like my left ass cheek is just like hanging out right now as I'm riding or what's going on. So, because I assumed I ripped my kit all up, but yeah, there wasn't even a small hole on it. So,
oh, you fell to the left. Okay. Well, that's good.
Would it have been worse if he fell to the right?
Drive side.
Oh. Okay.
I was impressed. I thought you fell to the right.
Yeah, no, left.
Imagine you had fallen into the aid station. That would have been.
Yeah.
Well, I think my bike went over towards the table. I mean, I just remember seeing my bike going as I'm hitting the concrete. I think I was more worried about my bike at the time.
That's nuts, man.
Take my arm, not the bike.
Yeah.
You're like, I can run and finish the bike without an arm.
Honestly, that's like my biggest fear about like group rides and.
You could be lighter. This watch per keg will be better.
Break your fall. Now that's honestly one of my biggest fears about group rides in real life is other riders and people kind of zone out and do funky things.
Yeah, I shouldn't have gone in the aid station. I went in at the beginning because the first bottle was out a little ways. So I was like, I can grab this and get out and go. Yeah. And then I didn't. And then I paid for it.
Oh, well.
The irony, right? To wreck in a first aid station. Interesting. Well, we are glad you made it through.
Yes.
Yeah.
And relatively unscathed.
We are looking forward to the, what is it? North Carolina Half Ironman or the Maryland Half Ironman?
Yeah, signed up for a Maryland full and then trying to talk Jeremy, or we're discussing the North Carolina Half in October.
That's right.
Now, there was a mention that you were going to be coming back to TTT, but if you're signing up for a full Ironman.
No, I'll be back.
Because Drew was hoping that you'd tow him around because I think he wants to have a little friendly competition. Am I right, Drew?
Drew and Trues versus Dodd and Greg.
Yeah. I think that's the case.
I'm the low man.
We're not doing it this week?
Yeah, we're not doing it this week.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I think
I want a triathlon weekend to Truesdale.
You want to stack the deck.
I got
for
recovery
us,
next week. I'm going to the beach for the week. Then after that, I'll be back.
All right, we can do it next week.
next week's great for me. That's great for me too.
Next week, figure eight reverse. Oh, 2 weeks, Suki's Playground. That's Dodd's favorite TTT course.
Next week, Dodd, does that mean next week you're transitioning? You have a day of nights into days?
Now,
Yeah.
Next week you start your the off cycle, right?
So, so after Wednesday, so let me think here. Tuesday
night into
so
Wednesday.
Wednesday morning I'll be off. So I'll sleep for like 4 hours and then get up and then go to bed at my normal time Wednesday night in time to ride TTT on Thursday.
All right, okay.
Yeah. But the podcast may suffer, or we could try and do it without me.
Ooh.
Well, I think you are the podcast.
I'll leave that up to you guys.
You can do a whole
Aren't we
another
still a
whole
week
podcast
ahead?
dedicated to Kelso, though.
We are still a week ahead, but I'm also going to be gone for vacation in a couple weeks too,
So am I.
which I guess we could do one on vacation, but that didn't work too well last time.
Which week? Now we're airing our business.
June 8th.
Ooh, it's June 13th.
2 weeks in a row.
Well, you'll be gone the same time I will.
Okay.
That'd be yeah.
Well, I mean,
'Cause I'm
it's,
gone for it's Wednesday to Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah.
So it's just the 15th that we would be.
I'm gonna be out
So
west too.
We
so-
should do. We
It'll
can
be
make
like
this
2 a.m.
podcast
for
really
me.
easy. We're gonna just put a camera on Drew, and he's just gonna talk.
Give us Marvel
Nice.
reviews for Steve.
Like, this is the podcast this week.
Hey guys. So
Yeah. Full Marvel, full time.
Yeah, when y'all gonna get Steve on?
What's that? When are we gonna have Steve on?
Steve.
The joke.
We talked about it.
Sully's joke was, how many?
Hey.
Or who said that? How many people are gonna eat dirt?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me.
That was okay. That was Dodd.
Yeah, how many people are there in Eat Dirt? Yeah, so it's
That plus one.
345. Yeah.
I mean, it's
No, we
it's
talked
looming.
about it. It is. The time has come.
It's
Steve came up a lot
Absolutely.
on the trip. When it came to Craig, like, and we can't. I don't know why Craig doesn't want to go ride there. They even look alike to me. Maybe I'm wrong.
Is that a Truesdale?
Yeah,
Family
it's the
member?
wife
Mrs. Mike's wife.
coming down for the treadmill.
Hi. Oh,
She's like, can they see me?
you
turn off
do you
the
need to
camera.
pause for a moment? Yeah, just turn off your camera for a second. Turn off your camera for a second.
Hey,
That she can run by.
I just gotta unplug the.
No, there's a button on your screen. If you move your mouse to the bottom there.
Hey,
Sorry,
check.
the deed is done.
Yeah.
She's already
good.
passed
She's
now.
done.
Does she watch? Because she could add to our viewership.
Yeah, she'll have to. She's
Yeah, tell her she
problem
needs
is
to watch.
my battery cable for the computer's running over the treadmill, so she's trying
Uh-oh.
to maneuver everything to get going.
She's like, I didn't know this was going to be the case. Well, so we're on to Greg's segment. So Truesdale, if you need to leave,
This is the
Oh, no,
time.
I'll be fine.
okay, good, because we didn't want you to leave anyway.
All
All right, Greg, hit us with what you got.
All right, we return once again. It seems like, this started as a short-term segment, but Courtcast, we're back at it. Amber Heard's attorneys have finally rested for the defense, and I think Johnny Depp is going to bring between 1 and 14 days of rebuttal. So I guess we'll have to see what
Who picks these
excitement.
arbitrary numbers?
I don't know. This is the longest trial. I mean, these are the best paid attorneys ever since OJ. I remember the OJ trial thinking like, this is going on for a while. And then I became a lawyer and I was like, who on earth is in trial for like
This long.
this long?
But think of the stakes here. I mean,
Yeah.
OJ, at least it was murder. This
Yeah.
is like, you pooped on my bed.
Right.
Well, you pooped on my bed, you cut off my finger. No, you're
Yeah,
a
sure.
bitch.
Yeah. I mean, have we all not come to the conclusion that she is like the worst human being ever?
Well, right. I mean, I think I've said this, and should not be a hot take, but like everyone knew Johnny Depp was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we know Amber Heard's crazy.
Crazy dates crazy. Crazy marries crazy. Crazy
Yeah.
tries to kill crazy.
Allegedly,
Crazy get divorced.
I don't even care if it's true at this point.
Am I the only person
Yeah.
that when the trial started, I was like, who is Amber Heard?
Well, literally the only thing I knew that she was in was Aquaman,
Didn't even know that.
That's about right.
and she's wearing a red wig the entire time.
Yeah.
Didn't even
And she's
know that.
also much less puffy in Aquaman.
Yeah.
Puppy.
They both. It's funny because for when they're in movies, like they're so done up and everything. Both of them are much puffier over the course of a long trial, and they do not have a makeup tent.
Right. They don't have somebody to hide the week's worth of tears.
I don't think they don't cry.
Oh, I don't know. Amber Heard's an actress. She cried real well.
But yeah, that's not crying. That's acting. Acting.
Acting. That was that's the other highlight. I mean, in fairness, right? Here we are. Greg gets serious. The lawyers in this case are actually doing a very good job. Much better lawyering. Good questions. Good courtroom turns and stuff.
Hold on. I'll pose for my picture.
Yeah.
My wife was saying something about there was a point where she brought up Kate Moss.
Yeah.
And the defense team, like Johnny Depp's team, was immediately like, yes.
Yeah.
Because I guess that means that they can bring into question her previous relationship.
Yeah.
Which she was charged with domestic assault.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like the lawyers, everyone's prepared. Like the lawyers actually did a ton of prep. It wasn't just, sometimes you see, especially in celebrity trials, they'll go hire like a famous lawyer. And the famous lawyers are fine. Now hold on. He was a good lawyer. He was all right. I'm staying out of the OJ case.
I was referring to Kim for the record.
She's not a lawyer.
Isn't she?
She's like a law
I was
student.
going to say, wasn't she going to law school for a while?
Oh yeah. I don't think, did she finish?
I think she did.
Okay. Did she take a
Bar exam?
Follow-up question for Greg. How does that make you feel that Kim Kardashian shares a
profession
career?
Oh, that's fine. I know lots of bad lawyers.
I was going to say, I know lots of bad doctors too. So,
yeah. And to be fair, she's clearly intelligent, so she might not be a bad lawyer.
Clearly? Are we going to go clearly intelligent? Like she is
reasonably.
Cunning.
She can be proven to be intelligent at times.
No, I mean, she gets the game and she knows the game she's playing and she plays it very well.
Yeah.
So I got to give her credit.
Is the game's name Pete? Just curious.
Nope.
Okay.
Pete's just a set piece.
Uh-huh. Boy, this took a tangent into like celebrity gossip real fast, didn't it?
No, I mean, it is challenging to navigate being a celebrity and staying relevant for that long when you have nothing of relevance to offer.
That is the truest statement I think I've ever heard about the Kardashians.
So hats off, Kim. Anyway.
Well, and she's got a new brother-in-law.
Sure.
For all of those pop punk fans of the 90s.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, who married who? I don't know.
Travis Barker. And
Chloe?
Chloe?
Yeah.
No. Is it Chloe? Courtney. Courtney?
One of them.
One of them.
One of the K's where you think it would be a C.
One of the other not Kim Kardashians.
Yeah.
But anyway, Depp's lawyers had prepared. They had done all their homework, hoping that they would get the door open. And Heard's lawyers are also doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, but
I think their problem is that they did not account. Like Johnny Depp's, once again, baseline expectations. Johnny Depp's lawyers know Johnny Depp is crazy. So they know exactly what to prep for. Amber Heard's lawyers are like, how much craziness is going to come out? We don't want to prep too hard in that direction. And it's biting them.
Awesome.
And
anyway.
The metaphor that I like to think of is they just latch their lifeboat onto the Titanic with her.
Yeah.
You know?
Nah, they're getting paid. They're on a helicopter. They're leaving.
Like they've got 3 doors to themselves, and they just swam up to the Titanic and are holding on to it.
They're fine. The lawyers
They'll
and the
get
PR
cases
firms,
after this.
they'll be fine.
Okay, if you say so.
It's not whether you win or lose. It's how well you manage what's happening at
How
that
well
level.
you manage the chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you come out the other side?
What do you think, Truesdale? Is she a trash
I
human
haven't
being?
really watched much of it. I think you guys can probably hear the treadmill in the background.
Well, I've watched almost none.
Yeah, none of it.
But yeah, I'm not really sure.
It's great. No take? Fair enough. Jeremy, I already know your answer.
0 bricks given.
0 interest?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
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 We generally like to make segments that make our guests feel like they have nothing in the game.
Yeah.
So you guys feel no obligation to participate. So
Now,
we've done our
y'all's
job.
conversation was interesting. Your conversation was more interesting than the actual segment.
All right, Drew. What do we watch?
Nothing. I rode outside both days this weekend. And
All right.
on Sunday,
Thanks,
actually,
everybody.
on Sunday it was funny. I was riding outside and I was like, "Man, when am I going to finish up with Black Widow? I'll find another rainy Saturday, Sunday morning." But yeah, I didn't watch. Imagine if I watched on my bike while I was outside riding. That'd be problematic.
Well, you just put the thought in our head now, and now you have to.
You would have ended up like me on that bike race.
Yeah.
Yep.
On the road. Actually, fun story. On Sunday, I was out riding and heading in the other direction, leading a big group of people. Somebody in an orange dirt kit, hearty wave and friendly hello. I didn't know who it was, but
Awesome.
it was,
You got to get on
You
the
didn't
main
stalk
server
their
and figure that
Strava?
out.
it was heading the other direction, so I couldn't really find the segment.
Yeah, go to the main server and just be like, who just went on this road?
Who is riding in the opposite direction? Who are you?
At everyone.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to change the name of the segment from Drew's Reviews to Drew's Cruise Reviews.
Nice.
And the other news from that cruise was I had a discussion with Greg because I cramped the worst I've ever cramped in my life during that ride.
Did somebody give you a gravel bike with low air in the tire?
No, it was strictly lack of hydration. I did it
Did
to
not
myself.
drink enough
That'll
or
get you.
replenish his salts.
Yep. There's like a little bump after this climb. I went to stand to get up the little bump. My legs were like, "No, you're not." I got
Throw it in there. What's Truesdale
When's
had a comment
the
before
Fondo,
Trues.
Drew?
June 5th, so a week and a half. So that should be fun.
Is it 100K or 100 miles?
100 mile. 100.
And when's the new bike
101.
coming?
Yeah.
June 3rd.
June, yeah.
June 3rd.
It's got a whole day with it before.
That'd be more than Kelsey.
But yeah, that'll be
How-
interesting.
How far have you ridden up till now?
Like the longest distance,
Yeah,
that was Sunday, 60 miles.
60.
Yeah. So
And you cramped?
I cramped up.
So, Greg and I, having done a recent 100-mile ride, I will say the thing that helped me along was eat
Yeah.
constantly.
Yep.
Like, take in nutrition
So
constantly.
that was the weird thing, right? Was like I felt strong enough to keep going. My legs, like when I got off the bike and I was rubbing my legs, they were like solid. It was
That's
cramped up hard.
It's just
So,
mostly water and partially salt.
yeah. So I said, "Yep."
Didn't say.
Didn't drink enough.
There were times on the ride where I wasn't even thirsty, but I was like,
Yeah,
just
keep
still
going.
taking in
Yep.
Tailwind or Gatorade or something.
That's the thing. Like
Jimmy.
the Garmin actually tells you too. The bleep, little thing like hydrate. Make sure to drink. And I've never turned that
Drink
off.
some stuff.
It's a factory default, and you should
Yeah.
probably start to listen to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were saying Jimmy was like our
Yeah, Jimmy was our
nutrition
pusher.
coach.
Really?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't a coach. He was a pusher. He was like, "Hey, need these salt pills? Hey, drink more Gatorade."
Hey, I got this protein bar after the ride.
It was awesome though. I mean, he He had a game plan. He executed. He pushed everybody else to do the
That's
same
awesome.
thing.
And I was covered in salt at the end of this.
Yeah,
Like, this
yes.
was the ride. Like, to the point where I had, like, fake salt abs. I'll never have real abs. And
It was like
Greg
a
was
layer of armor.
Greg's like, well, according to Tiago, if you're sweating out salt, that means you're not, you're taking in too much.
Yeah.
Which
That's
we're like,
correct.
but that means you have enough. So
Where's
Look,
the
flow
line?
chart ends. The flow chart ends in drink more Mountain Dew. Okay.
yep, that's correct.
It always comes back down to more Mountain Dew.
Drink more Mountain Dew and race to win, not to survive.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
100%.
Yes.
You're like John Daly, just drink Diet Coke.
Ugh. Diet Coke has to be the most unpalatable flavor I've ever tasted.
It's preserving him.
You probably like it at the end of a half Ironman.
Nah, I'd probably just drink like poo water.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yep.
I can imagine that.
Mexican Coca-Cola, they use like real sugar.
All that
That's
salt
the
and
best.
sugar.
And they come in the little cans, so it's like you don't feel guilty about it. Oh. Well, thanks for joining, guys.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We always like to highlight great accomplishments from members of Eat Dirt, and I'd say this is one of them. So
Absolutely.
congrats to you. Looking forward to the That's right. We'll look forward to you guys both finishing times in September. So be sure and let us know, Jeremy, how your finishing time compares to Truesdale's whenever you do that full. Oh,
Come to
Time to-
See, what I didn't
for the
know
hat
is
trick,
Jeremy
baby.
actually put a stick in my tire, which is what flipped me at T1, or the first aid station.
I could see Jeremy's riding by you as you're laying on the ground. You okay? You okay? 2-0, baby.
Gotta go.
And then he crashed, and you're like, you're on your own.
No. Sorry. That's awesome.
Cutthroat. Man,
The world of Eat Dirt
When's-
Triathlon.
when's the trial? That's what I want to know. Anyway. All right, so next week we may or may not have an episode, but we'll see. Depends on how aggressive these guys want to get while I'm on nights. So,
We'll figure it
anyway, thanks for joining.
Yep. Thanks,
We'll see you
guys.
guys next time.
Thanks.
See ya. Later.
Suck it, Miller.